take us with you. Download the CHBN radio app from the Apple App Store or Google Play.
These are your ears speaking. I am enjoying this radio station. It must be the Community and Hospital Broadcasting Network.
CHBN.
And now, on CHBN, we are pleased to present a fortnightly collection of penny authors' poems, produced by the community, for the community.
Darkness by Angie Butler. Darkness distorts the mood on this day, that day. Is it the moon and the stars, these tides of emotion, that rattle rooms in anger, come into lives, uncover lies? The fun-filled days of light leave, hasty to be gone, letting discord flow like white-hot lava, leaving destruction and despair, glowing, consuming, overcoming everything in its path. Our watery bodies weep and flow in these tides of despair, walk a fine line, a tightrope, a binding thread, as a buzzing fly flails broken in the spider's web. The tame dog begets the howling wolf, its impact raw and undeniable, the shocking, unbelievable. The worm turns in the blink of an eye. This eye for an eye becomes a torment of anger, a battle of words, hurled without reason, dragged from the past to distort and change the future. Or is there another way?
Hello, my name's Libby Pentreath, and I'm going to read you a poem that I wrote a while back called A Weekend Activity. I've made up my mind, it's got to be. We've decided on a date, just you and me. The weather reporter forecasts some cloud. No dampening our spirits, that's not allowed. I've assembled some items. We can't miss a thing. A pen and some paper, sticky tape and string, scissors and coffee, a sandwich or two, made ourselves comfy, and we've been to the loo. Just the last thing to sort now, the goods and paste table. And we're off to the rugby ground, willing, naive and able. The boxes of books that we won't read again, soft toys and old jewellery, 2 or 3 picture frames. The black bag of clothing, they'll go on the floor. Your old leather jacket, we'll hang that on the door. And there's those ornaments you got for Christmas from Ron. And the cups and the teapot we lost the lid from. There's a mishmash of cutlery we found sorting the drawer, and those plates, mugs and crap film, what did we buy them all for? So we set off early morning around about 5, when the rest of the world isn't up or alive. And we queue for an age, you get fidgety, I just wait, for the shout to go up from the man at the gate, where we set up our wares, it's our own trading spot. I want to set up nicely, alas, it's not to be. So I open up the boot, the world descends on me. Got any silver or jewellery? Got any diamonds or gold? Any pictures or watches or anything old? It's a job to unload with the dealers shuffling. They'll take all your best stuff and offer you next to nothing. Well, we've unpacked it all, not doing this ever again. What's that you say to me? It's starting to rain. Oh no, grab the clothes rail, the wind's getting stronger. Now the table's collapsed, I am staying no longer. Sling it back in the car, I don't care, don't give a toss. Carefully drive round the children, the dogs, God I'm cross. Should have stayed in our pit and had a Sunday to us, with croissants and cuddles and minimum fuss. It's okay though, we'll get home and pack it back in the car. Take it all down the charity shop. Thank God it's not far.
Coloured Threads by Angie Butler. The coloured threads of life's spinning wheel start slowly, gathering speed. The colours merge and change as each backward view becomes clear. The pace changes in slow motion as we, with measured breath, watch the strangling strands, thin as spider's silk, barely visible over the years, become knotted, twisted, ever tighter they weave around the two of us. Surrounded, you begin to change. And as you fly above life's wheel, you leave me clinging to the empty shell of sadness. Drawn to Black by Angie Butler. His black suit, cloak and robes looked into the child's brown eyes. She saw love in the black of his clothes, took his colour as her own. the black of his pen, his writing, taught her to seek the same black upon the page. Her brush chose to canvas dark her walls. Black smelled of her father, smoky, safe. His hand guided hers. His colours became her future. She was always drawn to black.
Hi, my name's Tyrone Warren. This one's called Fire and Air. On a Cornish summer's day, I long for the touch of a distant flame I once knew, to lie together in the tall grass, greeted by the summer breeze on our skin, like a lover's whisper in one's ear. And this is uncharted territories. Outside my window, hunched on pylons, the birds present their evening song as dusk descends on their tiny crowns. Every evening when sleep takes my hand, a fog of tiredness envelops me. I am the solitary lighthouse burning the beacon, shooting my light out across the murky waters of the night, hoping to guide my love home to the safety of my embrace. Descending into the fog of lucidity, inviting the darkness to encase me, transporting me off to uncharted lands. There is no comparison to the architecture and territories that I walk upon. I will look forward to tomorrow night when I vanish into the dreams like a teardrop in a rainstorm.
Roscoe. 2 Americans visited us when we lived in North Road West. One was called Ian Gilroy, one was called Roscoe. Roscoe was a black American and always had his hat on. He was AWOL with the army because of the war in Vietnam. I was pregnant at the time. Roscoe was going to be godfather to my baby when she was born, but he disappeared. Maybe they found him. Maybe he was arrested. Maybe he had to go back to Vietnam. We never saw him again, but I have a picture of him holding Lucy with his hat on. Roscoe was a lovely man. I hope he didn't end up in Vietnam.
I'm Mary Fletcher, and I've chosen a poem out of the She Poetry 2017 to 2022, which is a Penny Authors publication, and it's by Eve Wakeling. It's called To Be. Sink or swim, let the tide in, a willowy path to the beach in the dark. A feather remains outside the house, down the lane. Memories fade like a mermaid in the rain, cascading her rain. Over plankton, no pain, she remains untamed in the ocean of the past with the pirate shipmast, where goblins of the sea can be felt by only me as I swim free. Oh, to be, to be.
Time Slip by Angie Butler. The house where you no longer live. Written down in rings of wood, their keenness speaks again, yells, notice me. Your birth, my death, my first of flowering bud, and grape and pear and cherry grown now planted in your ground, as weekly, daily, soil you trod, your laugh my speaking sound. We sit and talk like you once did, on seats spread all around, and conversation round and round, your laugh, my childhood sound. The blooms unfold from your deep earth. Come notice me again. The clouds and sun seem still the same. The gentle sounds of rain. Leaves dark and glossy, hard and soft. Some struggle to live on. Their beauty slowly fading. Their flowering nearly done. Like us in darker days to come, when life has passed us by, when others tread these rocky paths, and pause, and think, and sigh. Our legacy in word and deed, in bricks and mortar last, our hopes for hearts held dear, and memories of the past.
Thank you to Penny Authors. They'll be back in 2 weeks.
On 100.8 FM across Truro, in hospital and online. This is CHBN, the Community and Hospital Broadcasting Network from Truro.